Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you again with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. As you can see on the t-shirt, we're going to be talking about things related to this right here. But before we start talking about those things, I need y'all to do what y'all have been doing a lot of, and I appreciate it for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get first crack at it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. All right. The shirt that I am wearing is about 2 years old. I got this shirt made at the onset of the recast T'Challa movement, because I don't know if you can see the back of it. You see what the back of it says. Okay. That's actually the front of the shirt. I'm wearing the shirt backwards because I wanted to bring more attention to this than so much, well, both of them, because in the light of recent events, recent revelations, I've been asking myself, what it's obvious that T'Challa isn't going to get recast, not for this movie, and I don't even know if T'Challa is going to be recast at all. So it sounds kind of like, for me, I'm going to just say for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me to say recast T'Challa at this point in time sounds like an empty battle cry. For me, it may not be for anyone else, but I'm just saying for me, because I feel like there's nothing at this point that can be said to me that justifies what was done. You can't go under the color of female empowerment. You can't go under the color of we doing this for the Black race, because there's more than Black people that watch or are fans of Black Panther. So it ain't that. What were we fighting for? What were we? Well, some of us weren't fighting. Some of us were just grandstanding. What were we, those of us that were fighting? What were we petitioning for? What were we asking for? We were asking for a recast. It's finna be October. The movie dropped in November. It's obvious at this point, unless some of them reshoots were also featuring a recast character, I don't see nobody getting a fucking recast at this point. And it bothers me because there was so much time to get active. There was so much time to be more vigorously engaged in trying to bring about said change. But I think a lot of it too is the faith that was put in people. We should never put our faith in men, is obvious at this point. Only in ourselves and in what we believe is a higher power that allows us to do things that other people aren't able to do. But as far as This shirt, I don't know what to say. Which one of these movements, which is a splinter of the same thing, do you think had the most impact towards making people stand up and pay attention to what was going on? Was it recast T'Challa, or was it boycott Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever? Now I noticed the media, dropped a couple of little articles, was like, oh, recast T'Challa, blah, 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 blah. Grace Randolph running her mouth, that harpy. I just that and then the revelation now of what seems to be a betrayal of people who were loyal to the cause, of people who were down the ride, of people who were, you name it, because we love T'Challa, we would have got down for it or tried to get down for it. You know what I'm saying? But if you playing both ends against the middle, and trying to say, okay, I was down with y'all all along, those are words. And so now, because of that infidelity, it has soured a lot of people with regard to this movement. And it's sad because why would we take the effort? Why would we take all of that hard work and labor to try to make something happen only to be getting circumvented? You know what I'm saying? To be, all along, nightmare scenario. E-Man watching everything everybody do and going back, to Marvel. And they asking him, well, what's the climate, Emmanuel? And he's telling them, well, there's a couple of folks out here and this and this and this and that. And then there's some folks out here that's really saying some stuff, but you ain't got to worry about them because they subs are low. And ain't nobody gonna pay attention to what they saying because they ain't high enough on the food chain for people to stand up and take notice of them or to put any kind of credence in what they say. Okay, so what do we do moving forward? I guess is where I'm at, because I'm always thinking the next step, and people tell you that, you know what I'm saying? When are we gonna? What's the next? That's me, okay? Because when you're dealing with things like this, you have to strategize. You can't just willy nilly, just be like, okay, we're gonna do this, and if this doesn't work, we're gonna do this. You got to have a concrete plan. It's got to be action, reaction, equal and opposite. You know what I'm saying? Because it when you say things like it's chess, not checkers, and you don't play chess, and so you don't understand the strategy behind chess, is that you got to be 4 or 5 moves ahead of your opponent. You have to have accounted for everything you think your opponent is going to do. In terms of this, you got to account for everything you think somebody's going to do. But it's like, how do you account for somebody on your team doing some fuckery? How do you account for that? Especially when you're not expecting it. Okay. I mean, I ain't gonna say I didn't suspect it, but I wasn't expecting. That's the difference. So it's like, because you're having this camaraderie and you're with people and they're like-minded, or they seem to be like-minded. So it's like, okay, it's a kumbaya moment. So we can't afford to have kumbaya moments anymore, because literally everybody is got an ulterior motive. Literally everybody is up to some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, my goodness, all I want to do is get this character recast. I'm not asking for a pound of flesh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for nobody to marry me. I'm not asking for anybody to do anything out of the ordinary. It's already been proven that it can be done a number of ways. They just won't do it. And now we talking about recasting Thunderbolt Ross, Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross right away, lickety split, no thoughts whatsoever. Another decision, perhaps, that someone came to in minutes. So more lightning swift decisions. Okay, well, all I got to say about that is this. I hope Harrison Ford is quite healthy. I hope Harrison Ford stays healthy so that you can do whatever it is you need to do, thus proving that when it comes to casting, Marvel Studios is some hypocrites. Okay, Chadwick Boseman, the only actor on earth whose performance transcended all iterations, only one, of the character. He the only actor like that. It's got to be fair and equitable across the board. If you're not recasting one actor, you need to not be recasting none of them. If you're recasting an actor, everybody deserves an equal opportunity to be recast, especially in the advent of multiverses and time travel. There is literally no reason why a character shouldn't be able to come back. That's just my thought process. But it's like, it's my thought process. Because everybody talk about it, it's an IP and they can do whatever they want to with their IP. Yeah, lose money. Yeah, you could do that. Understand you're going to do what you need to do at the studio, but if you ain't listening to nothing your fans are saying, nothing at all. All right. At this point, I think this has served the purpose that it needed to serve. And folks understand what's going on and why I'm saying this and not recast T'Challa, because number one, recast T'Challa wasn't moving Marvel Studios at all. Number two, recast T'Challa's genesis seems to be rooted in something disingenuous. Period. As I pointed out in a previous video, if it isn't, make it make sense. Not come out and just in defense. Oh, I am offended by. No, make that shit make sense. Okay? It's got to make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, I don't care what you're saying. And nobody cares what you're saying if it doesn't make sense. It never made sense, if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what it's about. What's going to be the clarion cry? What's going to be our maxim? Because in my opinion, it can't be recast T'Challa anymore. Because number one, that's not happening. And number two, like I said, it came from somewhere that I don't think the originator of that hashtag was being sincere about what they wanted to do, or at least the reasons for why they were doing it. You know, enough. I'm good. Okay. Y'all holler at me. Save T'Challa. Honor T'Challa's role. Save T'Challa's role. Y'all let me know what y'all think would be a good hashtag or a good battle cry, for lack of a better term, to relate to those of us that want to see that character recast. That's it. I'll be coming at y'all with another one real soon. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.